I'm gonna give you 3 seconds!
I'm just a mixed breed living in this society that we call the melting pot, boiling nice and hot, not the way that God wants it to be, yet we call it unity. Cultures collide and we all gon' end up fighting, dig not. I'm just a mixed breed living in this society that we call the melting pot, boiling nice and hot, not the way that God wants it to be, yet we call it unity. Cultures collide and we all gon' end up fighting, dig not.
I'm black with Indian, my race should be met,
but I'm purifying my breed in order to succeed. This is what the Lord has told me to do indeed. I've chosen the Native American red road, take heed, that be the strongest urge within me, and that's the way I wanted it to be. I knew that I was different, now I can see why. High cheekbones, red and black skin tone, with the slanted eye, bony arch around my brow. How you like me now, my brother? How? I'm just a mixed breed living in this society where I get no recognition of the fact that I got ancestors that fall upon wounded knee. In the battle with little Bitcoin defeating the cavalry, they just assume that I am black and that is that. Stereotypes feed a hype and lay on the doormat. Now welcoming a brother like me, and even though I feel at peace with my identity, I see mixed blood up on these streets. I'm just a mixed breed living in this society that we call the melting pot, boiling nice and hot, not the way that God wants it to be, yet we call it unity. Cultures collide and we all gon' end up fighting, dig not. I'm just a mixed breed living in this society that we call the melting pot, boiling nice and hot, not the way that God wants it to be, living in this society. Cultures collide and we all gon' end up fighting, nice and hot, not the way that God wants it to be, yet we call it unity. Cultures collide and we all gon' end up fighting, dig not. Now I'm a man of God, I shouldn't be tripping off how some folks wanna view me. I shouldn't be listening, but see, God made me a certain way. It affects the way I act, even to the design of my physique. From the top of my head to the sole of my feet, we're all made in different ways, so that makes us all unique. So it is my goal to expose those mistakes of human diversity. The fact that we all the same should always be obsolete. But for me to say that will bring adversity, it hurts to be the first to be the revolutionary. We're all human beings, but different type of human beings. Here in America, that's been long forgotten. It's getting rotten since America made the color code of black and white. This to me is pure more racism and more folk wanna fight one another cause it's skin color dark alike. I'm just a mixed breed living in this society that we call the melting pot, boiling nice and hot, not the way that God wants it to be, yet we call it unity. Cultures collide and we all gon' end up fighting, dig not. I'm just a mixed breed living in this society that we call the melting pot, boiling nice and hot, not the way that God wants it to be, living in this society. Cultures collide and we all gon' end up fighting, nice and hot, not the way that God wants it to be, yet we call it unity. Cultures collide and we all gon' end up fighting, dig not. It's like we contemplating how the other race should rock, even though we all living up in the same spot, dig not. That plot is best exhibited in penitentiaries, reflective of racism that's happened for centuries, but more intense in penitentiaries than it ooze out on the streets, not the way it's meant to be. Can't you see? Folk confined in the cells with other colors and kinds, small sellers, well breeding a bad claustrophobic mind. The cells engineered by a society that's blind, calling it punishment for people who gotta serve their time. They're to duke it out with one another till the last one is left standing. They ain't even trying to fight the ones that leave them empty-handed and stranded. How America looks so candid, managing to let us see what they want us to see, but not the damage. A community to media shows, but it's a bad sandwich. I think we're at a state of panic in proportions on Titanic. No diversity, just a melting pot called the American dreams, but you only for your own team, think not. A theme that's unfit, to me America is a box sale. It's getting harder to breathe up in this melting pot. We're here together, but we don't know each other. We don't take the time to discover, only money brings us together. Miss Liberty on Ellis Island once had chains instead of a torch. She knew what liberty could bring, so on and so forth. Many different folk here, and some claiming they have dominion, not respecting one's opinion, and that's why there's so much tension. I'm just a mixed breed living in this society that we call the melting pot, boiling nice and hot, not the way that God wants it to be, yet we call it unity. Cultures collide and we all gon' end up fighting, dig not. I'm just a mixed blood trying to feel pure again, so therefore I can be sure again of my own awareness, that's where I best fit in. I'm just a mixed blood trying to feel pure again, so therefore I can be sure again of my own awareness, that's where I best fit in. I'm gon' get in.